Hello. Remember about my videos that when you're doing your writing and reading practice, you'll want to pause me so I'm not talking anymore. So you need to press this button that we talked about. You need to press the pause button, okay, when I hold up that sign. And also, it's best to have a little learning friend with you so that when I ask you some questions, you can tell them the answer. So if you don't have your learning friend, go and get your learning friend now, please. Okay, let's get started with phonics today. So, remember, get those sounds before I do. What is this sound? S. Ah. T, 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 t. P, p. I, I, I. Mm. Mm. D, d, d. G, g, g. O, o, o. Remember not to make the sound k. We're not making an sound. We're not saying k, k. We're saying k, not k, k. Okay, good. K, e, r, b, l, j, 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 v, w, 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 y, 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 z, x, ch, 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 sh. To show you how to use this really cool and fun game called Train Your Brain to Read Tricky Words. Okay, I'm going to give you a link to it in your home learning and in the bottom of this video. So if you click on that, then this is the web page you should come up to. The next thing you need to do is you need to choose your word. Here it says choose words, so you can choose your word there. We're going to do these introduction and demonstration first. Also, if you want to make it full screen, you can click this little button down here. Okay, let's get started. This says, some words don't look quite the way we expect them to. Some of these words we use a lot. When you meet a word like this, you've got two choices. Get stressed. Or simply train your brain so it never gets confused again. What do you think you would rather do? I think we would rather train our brain to read our tricky words. So here's a demonstration of how we do it.
My.
First, say the word. So my, that word is my. Say my.
I.
So then it says sound out the word. Now that's a funny thing to do because both those sounds are not making the sound we usually think they do. So you've just got to say the sounds in the way you know that they are. Okay, so that's I, my. then we're looking at the word and we're thinking, which is the tricky bit there? Which bit is the one that doesn't sound the way we expect it to? And the tricky bit in this one is the Y, because in the word my, what sound is the Y making? I. So what sound is the Y making? It's making the sound I. I, my. So that's very strange. That Y, that letter Y is making the sound I instead of Y. So it is a tricky sound in that word.
I, my.
Then you say the sounds again. You look at each grapheme, each letter that shows the sound as you say them, and then you blend them together into the word I, my.
I, my.
Just keep going.
I, my.
Keep going until you know it off by heart.
My.
Should we do it together? I, my. And when you think, I really know this now, I'm good at this, I've got it, then you can finish and hopefully you'll remember it. If you forget it though, no problem. Just go back to it another time. Okay? Now, this is where you choose the words from. So when you're on the menu, you can choose your words on here. These are some of our phase 3 tricky words. Some of them maybe you know really well. Some of them you think, oh, that one's tricky. I don't know what that one is. When you go on here, you can practice whichever one you want. This week, though, we're practicing all. Okay? Can you spot the word all, or which one do you think is all? Tell your learning friend. Well done if you said this one, and well done for trying as well. That's all. So I'm going to click on all because that's the word we're learning today. Okay, so this week that is your word of the week. I want you to remember it. I want you to see if you can spot it in books, in the environment. I want you to write it. Maybe you can do rainbow writing with it. Maybe you can add it to your tricky word bingo. Maybe you like to do look, cover, write, whatever you want to do to learn the word all. Say all. Tell your learning friend all. Good job, guys. Okay, so now we've said it all, and then we're going to add the sound buttons. You do that by clicking this button up here that says sound buttons. Okay, and it's showing us what the sounds are there. So let's sound it out. Or all, or all. Okay, so those are our sounds. We need to think what the tricky bit is now. This button here, you can click on to find the tricky bit, but don't click it until you've decided first what the tricky bit is. I want you to pause the video and tell your learning friend the tricky bit. Good job, guys. So Beth told me she thinks the hard tricky bit is the letter A. Okay, what do you think the tricky bit is and why? Okay, let's see if you're right. So the tricky bit, I can press this button to find out. There it is, it's the letter A. Why is the letter A the tricky bit? Pause the video and tell your learning friend. Fantastic job. The letter A is the tricky bit because it's not making the sound it usually makes. It usually makes the sound ah. So it would be ah or ow. But no, not in this word. In the word all, the tricky bit is the letter A because it's making the sound all. Okay? All. Okay, so now we can our sound buttons, and we're going to sound talk the word, okay? All, 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 all. Now, what I want you to do is pause the video and keep sounding it out until you've got it ready in your head and you're going to remember it, okay? Pause the video and practice your sounds. Fantastic job. And when you're practicing writing all this week, you'll find out if you were right, if you have remembered it, and if you haven't remembered it, that's okay. You can come back here and do this anytime, okay? Really good job learning tricky words today. Hi there. Time to find out our sound of the week. So, our sound of the week is in these different words. So have a little think, what could our sound of the week be? Our sound of the week is in the word fur, bun. It's in the word e. What's that word? Curly. Good. It's in the word turn. And it's in the word nurse. Could you sound out the word nurse? Let's do it together now. Nurse. So, what is that sound of the week? It's in the word nurse, burn, fur, curly, turn. What's our sound of the week? Well done. If you said our sound of the week is and when we're doing this sound, we pretend that we've got a mixer, a mixing bowl, and we're going to do some mixing. So can you get your bowl and your mixing spoon, pretend you've got a spoon, and do some mixing, okay? So we're doing that in a mixer. And when you're spinning that spoon around, you're going, Can you do that for me? Well done. So that is our sound of the week. I wonder what it looks like. Lovely. So again, it's a special type of sound because it's two letters that make one sound. So what is that sound? Well done. If you said a digraph. A digraph's two letters. So what are those two letters? Pause the video and tell your learning friend. Fantastic job. So the letters there are U and R. It's not and because those are the sounds. I asked you for the letters, okay? The letters are U and R, and the sounds are and and together and go together and they make really good job today. So that's your sound of the week. Make sure you look out for it in books. Make sure that you're trying to spot it on different posters. Maybe someone could hide it around the house for you. You can spot it and go, okay? So that's our sound of the week this week. Remember, there's going to be a link to Geraldine the giraffe, who's going to go around her house and find some words beginning with the sound in them. Okay, so do watch that video after you've seen this one.